The morning city was alive with noise horns blaring, tires shrieking, voices clashing in the chaos of rush hour. Sunlight bounced off glass towers and chrome bumpers like shards of fire. Too bright to be kind. In the middle of it all, a black Range Rover coughed once, sputtered, and gave up. Ella slammed her palms against the steering wheel. The sound was drowned by the roar of impatient drivers, but it was sharp enough to echo inside her own chest. Why now? Why today? Her breath came short. Her business vest clinging uncomfortably against her damp skin, she could already feel the weight of being late, pressing down late to a board meeting that could change her company's future. Behind her, in the booster seat, 6-year-old Lily clutched her stuffed bunny tight. Her wide eyes shimmered with worry. "Mommy, are we going to be late?" Ella tried to steady her voice. "I'm trying, sweetheart, I'm trying." The dashboard needle was buried in the red. The car shuddered once more and went still. From the corner of her vision, a man on a bicycle slowed. Most people glanced, muttered insults, and kept going, but this one he stopped. He leaned his bike against the street lamp and walked straight toward her driver's side window. "Need a hand?" His voice cut through the commotion with calm clarity. Ella looked up. Jeans, faded mechanic shirt, a patch stitched above the pocket. "Jack." He carried a small tool bag slung over one shoulder. "This is a Range Rover," she said, irritation fighting with panic. "It's not exactly something you just tinker with." Jack gave a single nod, then glanced past her to Lily. The little girl sat frozen, lip quivering. Bunny hugged to her chest. She looked scared. He said gently. Ella turned back, saw the tears gathering in her daughter's eyes, and exhaled a weary sigh. "Fine, just don't make it worse." He lifted the hood with practiced ease. The world around them raged with horns and shouts, but Jack moved with unshakable steadiness, his hands methodical, precise. Ella stood nearby, arms folded, trying not to look as anxious as she felt. Minutes later, Jack stepped back. "Loose thermostat wire," he explained. "Should be good long enough to get it to a shop." Ella slid behind the wheel and turned the key. The engine roared back to life, smooth as if nothing had ever been wrong. She blinked in surprise. "Wait, you actually fixed it?" Jack smiled faintly. "Glad I could help." She reached for her purse. "At least let me pay you." He shook his head. "No charge, just good deed of the day." "You don't want anything?" "Not a thing," he said, already walking back to his bike. "Thank you." She called after him. He lifted a hand but didn't turn around. Then, from the back seat, a small voice. "Wait." Jack stopped. Lily had rolled her window down, clutching something with both hands, a wrinkled crayon drawing. Her voice was steady, almost solemn. "She's my mom," Lily said. "Please marry her." Time seemed to freeze. Jack turned, startled. Ella's face went crimson. "Lily." She lunged to take the paper, but her daughter pulled it back, chin lifted bravely. "My mom doesn't have a husband," Lily said, "and I don't have a dad. But I think you'd be a good one." Jack didn't laugh. He didn't brush it off. He just stood there, silent, eyes thoughtful. Then he nodded once, almost imperceptibly. Ella's heart raced. She pulled Lily close, whispering, "Sweetheart, that's a very big thing to say." "But he fixed our car," Lily replied softly, "and he smiled like daddies do." Jack climbed onto his bike and rode off, disappearing into traffic. Ella gripped the drawing to her chest. 3 stick figures holding hands beneath a yellow sun, one tall, one with long blonde hair, one small with bunny ears scribbled beside her. The light turned green. Car surged forward. But Ella sat there a moment longer, staring at the little drawing that somehow felt heavier than anything she had carried in years. 1 week later, Ella's Range Rover rattled faintly. It could have waited. She had assistants, chauffeurs, roadside memberships. But her fingers typed local garage into her GPS anyway. When she parked in front of Jack's auto and repairs, something unexplainable fluttered inside her. Inside the tidy garage, the air smelled of motor oil and sunlight streamed across rows of neatly hung tools. Jack looked up from under the hood of a red pickup, wiping his hands on a rag. "You again," he said. Surprised. "Small world," Ella replied, feigning casualness. Didn't expect you'd trust the neighborhood shop. My assistants? On vacation. Google Maps betrayed me, she said with a shrug. He chuckled. What's the problem? Little rattle in the engine. Probably nothing. But since you worked your magic last time, Jack nodded, motioning her to pop the hood. As he worked, Lily wandered toward a girl peeking shyly from behind a tool cabinet. She had curly brown hair, wide eyes, sneakers worn from adventure. Hi, Lily said. Hi, I'm Ruby. The girl replied. Minutes later, the two sat cross-legged on a spare tire, coloring together. Giggling softly, Jack glanced at them. They look like they're plotting something. World peace with glitter, Ella said, and for the first time in a long time. She smiled without trying. When Jack finished, he wiped his hands. Loose heat shield, easy fix. You're good to go. Ella reached for her purse. Let me pay. This time, he hesitated, then said simply, how about a coffee? Sometime. No pressure. She blinked. Caught off guard. It wasn't a line. It was just. Honest. I'll think about it, she said quietly. Later, as she buckled Lillian, she noticed something on the back seat, a small plastic bag tied neatly. Inside was a pair of tiny white sneakers with pink laces, Lily's exact size. Lily gasped. They're just like Ruby's. Ella's throat tightened. Jack hadn't said a word. He just noticed, cared, and quietly left them there, for the first time in years. Ella felt something shift inside her, a door opening she hadn't realized was locked. The story of Ella, Jack, Lily, and Ruby unfolded from their coffee shops, late-night talks, laughter around picnic blankets, quiet confessions under the hum of rain, to broken adults. Two little girls who believed in magic, and through missed calls, hard truths, a mother's disapproval, and a child's tears, love stitched itself together, not perfect, but stronger for the scars. Until one night, in the pouring rain outside Jack's garage, Ella finally said what had lived in her heart all along. I choose you. And I still do. And he held her, not to fix her, but because together, they already were. Weeks later, under strings of twinkling lights behind Jack's garage, two little girls tossed flower petals down an aisle. She's my mom, Lily announced. And now you're my dad, Ruby chimed in. Laughter rose, tears glistened. And as Ella and Jack joined hands beneath the arch, the world felt quiet at last. Not a fairy tale. Something better, real life, with burned fingers, crayon drawings, shoelaces tied with care, and the courage to begin again, because family isn't always who you're born with. Sometimes it's the ones who stop in the middle of traffic, fix your car for free, and remind you that every broken thing, every broken heart can be whole again.